Adam, our dear Adam, has always been a certified rule breaker. The crew glanced at him, their eyebrows raised, and asked, "Why is she still here?" And what was Adam's response? Just a massive, cheeky grin spreading across his face as he shrugged his shoulders and said, "I don't know." Well, time went on. It took me a while to really get to know Jasmine. At first, I only knew her as that vampire lady from the music video. But oh, the universe works in mysterious ways. One day, we discovered our shared struggles with X-Men. We laughed till our sides hurt. We realised that while others disappeared to the toilets, we vanished to scratch our X-Men. Together, we revelled in the pleasure of pain of scratching. Finding solace in the fact that non-X-Men will never understand the sheer ecstasy of that scratch.
It's good.
Apparently it's quite similar about it.
That's beautiful. In that moment, my perspective of Jasmine transformed. She wasn't just a sad vampire lady. She was a vibrant, soulful being with a spirit as bright as the sun. As Adam and Jasmine's relationship evolved, something magical happened. Adam shed his Harry Potter prince persona and began unleashing his inner beast. Unapologetically and with boundless imagination, hand in hand they became more extraordinary, more extravagant and more adventurous. From wild parties to club nights, from their thriving careers to their legendary stint in Ibiza, they have a knack for bringing together the most unique individuals. They embrace the so-called outcasts and marginalised and voiceless, proving that no matter how different we may be, together we are an unstoppable force of nature. It's the wondrous circus that they've created, and guess what? We all belong to it. And tonight, my friends, right in this incredible circus, Adam and Jasmine have orchestrated a mind-boggling display of diversity, extravagance and downright ridiculousness. They've thrown caution to the wind, not given a single flying fuck about society's expectations. It's a celebration like no other. So since there's no toast on the tables, in tribute to Jasmine's celebrated talents, let's raise our leg and take a moment to honour and celebrate the reigning Club. So are you ready to raise your leg? So are you like Jasmine? So are you like Jasmine, may your love story continue to unfold with laughter? So are you like Jasmine, may your love story continue to unfold with laughter, adventures, and a whole lot of delightful absurdity. Thank you all, and as Adam would eloquently put it, it's been a fucking pleasure.
Thank you, Oliver, and so brave to come dressed as a box of quality street.
Function secret content.
Racist. Our next speaker is, of course, David, the father of the bride.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Adam and Jasmine's wedding. Thank you, everyone, for attending. We've had 2 amazing days, and well, what a show we've just seen. I mean, I've seen things there that, well, I've never seen before, and it's going to take some time to think about. You'll have to bear with me, as speech thinking is not really my thing, so if I get caught up with what I'm saying, stop or have awkward silences, then please bear with me. Just wanted to say how beautiful Jasmine looks today. Absolutely fabulous. I'd also like to thank Adam for his constant and timely reminders. His countdown to the wedding day. Like organisational skills and bringing so many aspects of the wedding together.
I'm joking.
I was wondering if we're going to get anniversary reminders.
Are we going to live stream the shit out of it as well?
We look forward to that. Like I said, there have been some very long trips from all corners of the country and beyond today. I was going to
Mention my grandma and granddad.
Grandma and Granddad, but they are not here. They had to go back to the hotel. They're not feeling well, but they had a very long trip up from Devon.
Oh wow.
And yeah, it was fantastic that they actually made it here. As it was a bit touch and go. I'd also like to give a warm welcome to the family who travelled all the way from the Philippines. So please welcome Tita, Vanji, Seanan and Hickory. Who are sitting with Jasmine's mum.
Yeah. Hello, Amelia.
And at this point, I'd like to thank Amelia for giving us such a beautiful daughter who looks like a princess.
She is a fucking princess.
Pink wedding gown. And also for giving us a wonderful son, Daniel. I also thoughts also go out to those who are not able to attend today due to distance or health issues, particularly heartfelt that Adam's mum was not able to make it here today. But I'm sure you'll want to visit her.
Don't worry about it.
I'd like to talk a little bit about Jasmine's early years.
Strap yourself in.
They're not that exciting, really. Anyway, we lived in a one-bedroom flat, which is rather small for bringing up children. But when Jasmine was little, she didn't hang about. She was already sitting up at 6 months. She did crawl, but she didn't bother to do that for very long and stopped walking straight away. Her first word was Dada. Only because, unashamedly, I just repeated it over and over and over again, until probably she got to the point where she was just fed up with me saying it and sent it to me just to shut me up. The first clue I had as to how determined this young lady was when I put up child locks on the cupboards and fridge, because she had this habit of just taking everything out. But the fridge was her thing because she loved her milk. She just wanted to get at it whenever she wanted. So I thought, no, we're not having that, we're going to put locks on those. It took me quite a while to actually work out how these locks worked. It only took Jasmine a week to work out how to unlock these. I just saw her standing there, she just went flick, ping, into the fridge. She just didn't give up, relentless. I was astounded that actually she worked out, and yeah, there was not a lot of point of the locks after that. It did actually come useful at a later point when I realised that she was able to get into the fridge, so she was able to bring my beers from the fridge. I could also mention how determined she was also very persistent trying to steal my food while I was eating. I remember one particular time she stole my pizza, but that didn't really turn out too well for her because I do have a love of chilies. After that time, my parents then took over the role of bringing up the children, first in Byfleet in Surrey, and then to the lovely country life in Bow in Devon. My parents aren't here, but I am eternally grateful for them to this day, providing the children with a home and safe and security. The only problem was that I was not able to be with them because of the distance, and it was quite heartrending to be separated from the children as I'm sure it was for Amelia. I communicated with them as often as I could during the week, but always looked forward to spending the weekends with them down in Devon. I'm sure it was also hard for the children. But as I said, I do want to take this opportunity to say to my parents, even though they're not here, how grateful I am for providing the children a secure home and loving environment, and they had a great upbringing from infant school right through to secondary school until they both left for uni. So to thank my parents for the countless contributions that they made to Jasmine, the great woman that she is today, and the immense strength that that's given her and allowed Jasmine's talents to blossom in later life.
Should we clap? Yeah?
So you can clap. One of the things I remember from childhood, I really enjoyed sharing my love of books with the children. We got all sorts of books. We got the touchy-feeling ones, which were my favourite actually, or the pop-up ones were also pretty good. I loved to read to the children, and it was great that they both enjoyed reading themselves. And I feel that this sort of gave them their love of cinema, television, and Jasmine's particular passion for English, the great use of the English language. At school, Jasmine's talents knew no end. While at school, she was a strong swimmer. She played badminton, netball for the school, learned to play the piano, learned to sing, joined the school jazz band, and with some quite memorable performances which I was able to attend. I have to mention she had a love for cats. Her favourite cat was Mulan, she named and adopted as a kitten. And she was a very beautiful cat, but she was a bit scatty. Jasmine's determination helped her breeze through school, and she was a very attentive learner. But that desire to succeed and the drive to be the best she could stood her in good ground as she achieved exceptional grades at GCSE and A-levels. And when she finally decided which subject she wanted to do at A-level, she changed several times. She passed very well. Also at that time, there was this sudden fetish liking for Kevin Bacon. I don't know if that's anything to do with bottoms either, or... This is a footloose. I remember one birthday getting lots of presents to do with Kevin Bacon. It just came out of the blue, but okay, it's to do with
Came out of bacon.
Also at secondary school, she manifested a very sort of strong will in another direction when she decided how short her school dress was going to be rather than the school itself. Passions, well, we always went out as many trips as we could manage to cinema, theatre, musicals, NHS trust houses, exposing the children to all different things. One of the most amazing times we had was always the annual holiday down in Cornwall. It was always a highlight of the year when we get all the children together. And also in later years, when my youngest son, Alex, came along, it was fantastic to have all three children together. Those are special, wonderful times. I'd also like to mention the 2012 Olympics, which is very sort of special to me. I've been waiting my lifetime for the Olympics to come to London, and I was able to share that by buying as many tickets as I was able to get and dragging the children around to all the events, whether they like them or not. Now I'd like to pay some tribute to the woman that Jasmine has become. She was so successful, she got a place at university twice. She went on to study at Southampton and then again at LSA, but it was not meant to be as hard as she tried, for her head was already turned by the glamorous world of pole dancing. Everywhere she went, she kept up her training wherever she was based. It was her passion. It was her love. It was a twinkle that kept the spark inside her alive, and most importantly, it kept her happy and fulfilled as a person. The dream was ultimately to become her daily bread and butter as she slowly started to build up her career. Jasmine's love of dance led her from mainstream dancing to pole dancing. How this came about, I'm not entirely clear, but it was always a passion for Jasmine, as she was spending as much time as she could learning all of the basic moves. Even before she went to uni, she insisted on having a pole put up in her house that she could practice her routines, and my parents were very obliging on that account. She has gone on to forge a very strong career as one of Britain's finest pole dancers, and I recently had the privilege I recently had the privilege of seeing her show at the Clapham Grand, and girl, what a show you put on. She brought the house down. From humble beginnings to doing shows here, there, all over the country, constantly travelling from one gig to another, tirelessly building up a burgeoning reputation, she started to get known and travelled abroad for shows and made lots of new friends and contacts. This came in handy during the COVID period when everyone was stuck at home, and her online teaching, which had already begun to take off, allowing people from all over the world to participate in their classes, watch video clips of certain routines and moves. And it also helps when your boyfriend is a filmmaker, so the content was very professional, very stylish. So this success, along with Adam's filmmaking business, has allowed Adam and Jasmine to purchase a lovely home, which I had the pleasure of staying in quite recently. I was in the Freddy Krueger room.
And it's signed by Freddy Krueger, thank you very much.
Yes, I still remember him staring down me as I slept. I have to say they've really made it their own with lots of film memorabilia. It really is a great character and it's a wonderful place. Jazz has been able to convert the garage to her own studio, so she can not only practice at home, but she can shoot her own videos in the comfort without having to go out, which is wonderful. Although as a keen gardener myself, I'm still looking forward to see how you develop the outside and give it that loving touch.
Not up with slabs at the moment.
Recently, with Jasmine, we watched one of my favourite films of the last few years, which was Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And it was a beautiful visual spectacle, and I recommend that film to anyone who's not seen it. It's very sort of multiple layers. One of the things that kind of struck me about that is that you can be many things at different times, but that you can only try to be the best that you can, regardless of anyone or anything. So Jasmine, I say, carry on and be the best part of yourself. Family, love, and finding joy in one's life are all that matters. Just briefly, I'd like to talk about to Adam. I think we first met when you were helping Jasmine move into the student accommodation in LSA. You came along with your van, and I can't remember now. Anyway, I did notice that you were very caring and attentive towards Jasmine, even though those early days.
I mean, you must be.
Well, you did both.
Fuck it. Let's go. But yeah, thank you very much.
That's all right. One of the things I did forget to tell Jasmine, I guess it's kind of an unwritten rule, is that you can't go out with a Man United supporter. I'm a Liverpool supporter, and I just can't do that. There's a lot of Man United supporters. But you know, he's all right. But as I got to know Adam, the relationship grew between him and Jasmine, and I could tell the glow in her face that she was loved and cared for. And I knew when I spoke to her that she felt settled, safe, and secure. And how much happiness he clearly brings into her life, and how Adam brings out the best in Jasmine. So I welcome Adam into the family, and I'm thrilled to have him as my son-in-law, and I wish them much love and success together. Just some little advice on marriage. If there is one piece of advice I can give, is that you be tolerant and patient and listen to what your partners say, even when they're biting your ear off. Marrying is a partnership. Through good times and bad, trust, love, and understanding, you become one family unit. And I'd just like to finish off with this poem, which I think is very apt for both you and Jasmine. Life in the moment, just take it all in. Pay attention to everything, right there and right then. Don't let your mind wander to what's coming next. Cherish this moment and give it your best. Don't let tomorrow make you rush through today, or too many great moments will just go to waste. And the person you're with, in that moment you share, give them all of your focus, be totally there. Laugh till it hurts, let the tears drop. Fill up each moment with all that you've got. Don't miss the details, the lesson is there. Don't get complacent, stay sharp and aware. It can take but a moment to change your life's path, and once it ticks by, there is no going back. In just 60 seconds, you may make a new friend, find your true love, or see a life start or end. You become who you are in this moment you live, and the growth's not in the taking, but in how much you give. Life is just moments, so precious and few, whether valued or squandered, it's all up to you. And can we all be upstanding for another toast to the bride and groom?
Thank you to David for bringing a little tone just on the tomorrow. It's rather nice. Before we finally hear Adam's incredibly brief focus speech, with one more person.